Hey everyone, finished watching the next episode of Mystic Force, Light Source Part 2. Lily leads Claire and Phineas to a portal to the underworld. There's two guards. Lily uses her status as Necroli's daughter to convince them to allow her through along with Claire and Phineas. The Rangers, meanwhile, are fighting Hecatoid. They almost save Udana, but he teleports her away. The Rangers try to morph, but their powers have been taken away because, I don't know. Lily and the others track Udana through the underworld and come to a spread of desserts. It turns out to be Hecatoid's hiding place for Udana. He has a blinking staff which contains the Rangers' stolen powers. Claire casts a spell that turns them invisible. Hecatoid then rushes away. He sees Solaris Knight has started to get rid of his poison tadpole clouds. The Rangers don't know what to do. Nick is frustrated. He blows up at Xander, but Xander calms him down, reassuring him. He tells him about when his family moved to the U.S., and how out of place he felt, and he understands Nick's feelings.
You got us. We're your friends. We're your mates.
Claire frees Udana, but can't wake her up. Suddenly, Styxoids appear. Phineas jumps in and shows off some impressive martial arts skill. Lily gives Claire Udana's snow staff. At the Rockporium, the Rangers all regroup. They try to come up with a plan. Toby returns from a jog and notices how dour they all are. He questions what's wrong and where they're always running off to. They decide to tell him the truth. Toby asks to see them morph, but they respond that their powers were taken away by a
overweight, sloppy frog.
Toby says that the real Rangers would come up with a plan to retrieve their powers and use their superior agility to defeat the frog. They all run off to try out his advice. Claire, Lily, and Phineas join hands to try and revive Udana by chanting a spell. The Rangers join Daggeron, who's just been knocked out of his Zord. The Rangers disorient Hecatoid by splitting up and surrounding him, dodging each attack he throws at them. They take away his staff and regain their powers. The poison clouds begin to rain the poison tadpoles when suddenly they all freeze. They turn to see Udana with her white mystic powers restored. Toby happens along and sees them morph. "It's true! They really are the Power Rangers!" he exclaims. Together, the Rangers destroy Hecatoid. In the underworld, Lienbo battles Matumbo. Sculpin stabs him with his spear and takes away part of his magic or something. At Root Core, the Rangers reunite with Claire and Phineas, and Lily is welcomed as well. This is a great conclusion to the two-parter, and a great setup for the finale. Udana's powers are finally restored. Hopefully she gets to use them a few more times before the end of the season. The way she's revived reminds me of Zordon coming back to life in the MMPR movie. Claire, Lily, and Phineas all work well together. Lily and Phineas even begin to develop a relationship. I actually really like this. Phineas is revealed to actually have been a really strong fighter. Kinda weird, he never pulled out that talent before, and probably never will again. It reminds me of that one episode of Wild Force where Princess Shayla could suddenly hold her own in battle and proceeds to just never use those skills again. Nick and Xander get a nice scene together. I kinda wish this season had more stuff like this. I realize now I barely know most of the Rangers. Nick mentioned he had adopted parents, but I don't even know who they were. Xander has an accent, but I never really thought about what that implied about his past. The show being shot in New Zealand, which is often quite obviously not California, makes Xander's accent feel kinda normal. Toby gets some nice moments, though I'm still not sure why a newfound love of exercise was his whole thing. It's fine, it works, I'm just curious, why was that what was settled on for him to be doing? Lienbo pops up throughout the episode, battling the terrors in the underworld. These scenes are probably the one negative I have with this episode. They're not poorly done, just poorly implemented. I think all this should have been held off on until the next episode, maybe. The thing that Sculpin pulls from his body is apparently the Master's life energy and not magic, which isn't really communicated well. So yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
Came forward. Came forward. Came forward. Came forward. Came forward. Well, that the frog was overweight.